Nutrition science. Vitamins and minerals involved in energy metabolism. Have you ever heard that taking vitamins will give you more energy? Or have you bought a product that claimed it could boost your energy level because it has added vitamins? Based on the knowledge that you've learned in this, you know that vitamins are not broken down in the body to provide energy. So where does the idea that vitamins give you energy come from? An overview of the B vitamins and several minerals that are important to the process of energy metabolism in the body, and take a closer look at two of those vitamins, folate and vitamin B12, that have some important implications in our health. The role of B vitamins and minerals in energy metabolism. All of the B vitamins and several minerals play a role in energy metabolism. They are required as functional parts of enzymes involved in energy release and storage. Many enzymes don't work optimally or even at all unless bound to other specific helper molecules, called coenzymes or cofactors. Binding to these molecules promotes optimal conformation and function for the respective enzymes. Vitamins that bind to enzymes are referred to as coenzymes, organic molecules which are required by enzymes to catalyze a specific reaction. They assist in converting a substrate to an end product. Cofactors are inorganic minerals that assist in these enzymatic reactions. Coenzymes and cofactors are essential in catabolic pathways or breaking down substances and play a role in many anabolic pathways, such as building substances. Do B vitamins give you energy? Because B vitamins play so many important roles in energy metabolism, it is common to see marketing claims that B vitamins boost energy and performance. This is a myth that is not backed by science. The feeling of more energy from energy-boosting supplements stems more from the high amount of added sugars, caffeine, and other herbal stimulants that accompany the high doses of B vitamins in these products. B vitamins are needed to support energy metabolism and growth, but taking in more than required does not supply you with more energy. A great analogy of this phenomenon is the gas in your car. Does it drive faster than with a half tank of gas or a full one? It does not matter. The car drives just as fast as long as it has gas. At the same time, depletion of B vitamins will cause problems in energy metabolism, but having more than is required to run metabolism does not speed it up. And because B vitamins are water soluble, they are not stored in the body, and any excess will be excreted from the body, essentially flushing out the added expense of the supplements. Deficiency and toxicity. The B vitamins important for energy metabolism are naturally present in numerous foods, and many other foods are enriched with them. Therefore, B vitamin deficiencies are rare. Similarly, most of the minerals involved in energy metabolism are listed above are trace minerals that are not frequently deficient in the diet. However, when a deficiency of one of these vitamins or minerals does occur, symptoms can be seen throughout the body because of their relationship to energy metabolism, which happens in all cells of the body. A lack of these vitamins and minerals typically impairs blood health and the conversion of macronutrients into usable energy, or ATP. Deficiency can also lead to an increase in susceptibility to infections, tiredness, lack of energy, and a decrease in concentration. Groups most at risk for a deficiency in any of these micronutrients are people on calorie-limited diets, people with imbalanced or insufficient nutrition, people with eating disorders, and people experiencing extensive levels of physical or emotional stress. Because of their water solubility, toxicity of most of these nutrients are also uncommon. As excess intake is often excreted from the body, that doesn't mean taking high doses comes without risks. Large quantities, particularly through supplements, can lead to adverse side effects or cause interactions with medications. For example, too much niacin can cause flushing of the skin or dangerous drops in blood pressure, and a high intake of B6 can lead to neuropathy. When taking vitamin or mineral supplements, always pay attention to the recommended dietary allowance and avoid exceeding the tolerable upper intake level. Folate. Folate, or vitamin B9, is a required coenzyme for the synthesis of several amino acids and for making RNA and DNA. Therefore, rapidly dividing cells are most affected by folate deficiency. Red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets are continuously being synthesized in the bone marrow from dividing stem cells. When folate is deficient, cells cannot divide normally. A consequence of folate deficiency is macrocytic anemia. Macrocytic means big cell, and anemia refers to fewer red blood cells or red blood cells containing less hemoglobin. Macrocytic anemia is characterized by larger and fewer red blood cells that are less efficient at carrying oxygen to cells. It is caused by red blood cells being unable to produce DNA and RNA fast enough. Cells grow but do not divide, making them large in size. Folate is especially essential for the growth and specialization of cells of the central nervous system. Children whose mothers were folate deficient during pregnancy have a higher risk of neural tube defects. Folate deficiency is causally linked to the development of spina bifida, a neural tube defect that occurs in a developing fetus when the spine does not completely enclose the spinal cord. Spina bifida can lead to many physical and mental disabilities. In 1998, the U.S. FDA began requiring manufacturers to fortify enriched breads, cereals, flours, and cornmeal with folic acid, a synthetic form of folate, to increase the consumption of folate in the American diet and reduce the risk of neural tube defects. Observational studies show that the prevalence of neural tube defects was decreased after the fortification of enriched cereal and grain products with folate compared to before these products were fortified. Spina bifida is a neural tube defect that can have serious health consequences. The prevalence of cases of spina bifida has decreased significantly with the fortification of cereal and grain products beginning in 1998. Additionally, results of clinical trials have demonstrated that neural tube defects are significantly decreased in the offspring of mothers who began taking folic acid supplements 1 month prior to becoming pregnant and throughout pregnancy. In response to the scientific evidence, the Food and Nutrition Board of the Institute of Medicine raised the RDA for folate to 600 micrograms per day for pregnant women. Dietary sources of folate. Folate is found naturally in a wide variety of foods, including vegetables, particularly dark green leafy vegetables, fruits, nuts, beans, legumes, meat, poultry, eggs, and grains. As mentioned previously, folic acid, the synthetic form of folate, is also found in enriched foods such as grains. Folate deficiency and toxicity. Folate deficiency is typically due to an inadequate dietary intake. However, smoking and heavy chronic alcohol intake can also decrease absorption, leading to folate deficiency. The primary sign of folate deficiency is macrocytic anemia, characterized by large abnormal red blood cells, which can lead to symptoms of fatigue, weakness, poor concentration, headache, irritability, and shortness of breath. Other symptoms of folate deficiency can include mouth sores, gastrointestinal distress, and changes in the skin, hair, and nails. Women with insufficient folate intakes are at increased risk of giving birth to infants with neural tube defects, and low intake during pregnancy has been associated with preterm delivery, low birth weight, and fetal growth retardation. Toxicity of folate is not typically seen due to excess consumption from foods. However, there is concern regarding a high intake of folic acid from supplements because it could mask a deficiency in vitamin B12. Because folate and vitamin B12 deficiencies are manifested by similar anemias, if a person with vitamin B12 deficiency is taking a high dose of folic acid, the macrocytic anemia would be corrected while the underlying B12 deficiency went undetected, which could result in significant neurological damage. Thus, a tolerable upper intake level has been established for folate to prevent irreversible neurological damage due to high folic acid intake masking a B12